Hello, BookTube. Welcome to Lizzie Faye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth, and March is over. March Mystery Madness has come to a close, and it is time to talk about what we're reading in April. And I have already finished 2 books in April, so let me tell you about what they are, and then talk about a little bit about what I am reading for the rest of the month. So the first book I finished is still another mystery, because our mystery book club, which was supposed to meet on the first Tuesday of the month, so I really worked hard to finish this on April 2nd and 3rd. I finished it in time for the book club meeting in the evening. This is Sacrilege by S.J. Paris. I got to the library and found out that the meeting had been moved to next week. I was a little bit frustrated at that, but at least it's done now. I can't go next week. I've got to work, but I read the book. I enjoyed it. I found out, though, it's book 3 in a series, but I'm kind of interested in going back to read more of the series. I didn't think I wanted to read it. That's why I didn't really rush to read it during March Mystery Madness. But after I got done with what I was reading for March Mystery Madness, I put in the first disc, I listened to a little of it, and thought, yeah, this is pretty good. I think I'll continue. And I enjoyed it. So it's set in I think the 1500s. It's about an educated man. He studied in a monastery, but I don't think he even wanted to ever be a monk. He just went to the monastery because he wanted to educate himself. And a woman from his past has found him and asked him to help clear her name because she's accused of killing her husband. So he goes with her to Canterbury, and trouble ensues. So I thought it was really interesting, and I don't really read a lot. I hardly read anything from this time period. I have read one other book that had something to do with the plague that was from a similar time period. I can't even think what that was now, but it was for a book club. Anyway, so I'm glad that I read it. And the one I just finished this morning was beautiful. Donna Van Leer is... If I hadn't decided this prior to this point, officially now, she is one of my top favorite authors. Maybe top 3, definitely top 4. I haven't read anything by her that I haven't loved. And I think this was her debut novel, The Angels of Morgan Hill. And it's set in the same town as The Good Dream. There are a couple of characters in both books. And there's even a plot device that's very similar in both books. But that's okay. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I don't want to tell you anything about it. I just want you to read it, especially if you enjoyed any of the books that we read at Christmas time, or if you've read The Good Dream. Now, The Good Dream is amazing. I've definitely got to read it. This one I think is a little bit shorter, and I just thought it was beautiful. So then I have also been reading the one book that I thought I would for sure get read during March Mystery Madness, and I didn't. This was the 4th book that I was trying to read in my opposite pairs for that challenge. Skiing of the Crime by Maggie Sefton. I have just had a hard time focusing on print books lately. I'm about 50 or 60 pages in, and I'll definitely get this, hopefully get this finished sometime over the weekend. Right now I'm filming this on Thursday, and that's about where I am. By the time this video uploads, I might be a little farther along, but I can't see myself finishing it before Sunday. Then 2 other books that have been on my currently reading list since February that I just let them sit there because I was reading Sunshine State books at the beginning of March, and this is the one I didn't finish, and so I've got to get back to it so that I can kind of do a wrap-up of Sunshine State books. This is Omega City by Diana Peterfront. I don't really know much about it yet because I've only read a chapter or 2. And then Stranger World by my friend Jack Castle. I started this, I don't know, sometime in February, and it really is... It didn't take me long to get as far as I got because it's, it's big spacing and everything. I just had to put it aside and get the Sunshine State books done, and then there was mysteries and, so I just had to put it on hold. But I'm anxious to get back to it and finish it. And then I think pretty soon after I finish Stranger World, I'll go ahead and pick up the sequel, Stranger Realm, because the 3rd book, I think it's Stranger Origins is the 3rd one. That might be the 4th one. I don't know. The 3rd one's coming out in April, and then he's writing the 4th one right now. So I'm super excited about those, and I can't wait to dive back in. All right, I have several books that are checked out on Hoopla right now, and that was really why I ended up listening to Angels of Morgan Hill, because at the end of the month, the last day of the month, you always want to look and see if you have any borrows left on your Hoopla. They're not going to roll over. You're going to lose them. So I went through and I borrowed a few things before the end of the month. One other thing that I borrowed that I've already watched is the movie adaptation of Still Life, which I think is called Three Pines Mystery, something like that, by Louise Penny. And I read that for March Mystery Madness, so now I have watched the adaptation. I think I kind of liked the movie a little better than the book. Maybe. It was good. I enjoyed it. And so I have several things going on and a few possibles that I may read, things I'm kind of looking at. Steve Donahue announced that he was going to do an Anthony Trollope readathon, or read along, and read Can You Forgive Her? So I'd never heard of Anthony Trollope. I just thought, why not broaden my horizons? So I checked this out from the library. It is quite a chunker. I read a little bit of it. He's trying to do 20 chapters a week, and I thought, oh, I don't think I can do that, because it's dense and everything. But then just this morning, I was searching around on Hoopla. I found it on audio on Hoopla, and I thought, I'm going to give it another shot. I might can do it if I've got it on audio. So that's a possibility. And then I am also planning to do a buddy read with Alana from Alana Reads, and we're going to read Cape Light by Thomas Kincaid. This is the first book in the Cape Light series, and I'd like to open this up to any of you, because the Cape Light series has a lot of Christmas books, and the first 4 do not appear to be Christmas books. So I'd like to read the first 4 during the year, and then be ready to read a couple of Christmas books in December, as in this series. So I want to just throw that out there. If any of the rest of you are interested in doing something similar and reading the first 4 spaced out during the year, and then being ready to read books 5 and 6 maybe at Christmas time in December, and then after that we can read 2 or 3 every Christmas for anyone who'd like to join in. But Alana and I are definitely going to buddy read this, but she told me just a couple of days ago that she's misplaced her copy, so I haven't started it yet. I am waiting until she finds her copy. Even if we have to postpone it for another month or 2, we will, and I'm definitely going to read this one with her, and so I'm excited about it. It's beautiful. Of course, it's got the Thomas Kincaid painting on the cover, and I'm excited about it. Then for book club, for my library, oh wait, I was talking about what I had borrowed on Hoopla. So I have the Trollope book on Hoopla. I don't have Cape Light borrowed on Hoopla. I can't find it on audio. But I do have on Hoopla Your Oasis on Flame Lake by Lorna Landvik. There's an abridged version of this on Hoopla. So Lorna Landvik was one of my collected authors that I never read until I read 2 of her books last year, and so this is another one that I have on my shelf. I'll go ahead and listen to the abridged version, and if I really like it, then I can always go back and read the full version. And then also on Hoopla, let me check my Kindle and make sure I'm not forgetting something. Oh, yeah. I had thought about saving this for middle grade May, but there's another sequel. So this is the only one that is on Hoopla. The Ghost of Tupelo Landing. It is the second book in the Moe and Dale Mysteries by Sheila Turnage. And 3 Times Lucky is a book that was a Sunshine State book 2-3 years ago. I loved it, and I talked about this in the middle grade mystery video that I did, and I'm excited to read this. So I think I'm going to go ahead and listen to this, and then for middle grade May, read the next one, which is a title I can't think of right now. So this is the one that I'm ready to read next. And then also on Hoopla, I have the book that comes after, and then there were 2. In this edition, it is called The End of Act 3. But in the earlier editions, which I have, it's called The Final Curtain. And it's by Gilbert Morris. It's the Danny Ross mystery series. So that's, like I said, I just was trying to find some stuff that I was interested in, so I wouldn't lose my borrows. And then just this morning, like I said, I found the Trollope book. So I still have 9 borrows left now for April, and we'll see what comes up that I want to listen to, during the month. Okay, then a few other things. I'm interested in reading the next Monk book, Mr. Monk Goes to Hawaii. And that is also on Hoopla, so I will probably borrow that from Hoopla. And then another one that they have on Hoopla is Kiss of the Bees by J.A. Jance. This is the second book in the Brandon Walker series. The first one I listened to a couple of months ago. It was called Hour of the Hunter. And so this is the second one in that series. Just this morning, I listened to a little bit of The Air Affair by Jasper Fforde. It didn't really grab me. I may not finish it right now. I'm only a little ways in, and I don't think I'm in the right mood for it. I don't know. It was one of my possibles for March Mystery Madness, and I have a few of the books. I don't own the first one. This is a library copy. So I may just go ahead and send this back for now. Pick it up sometime in the future. I don't know. Then several weeks ago, I mentioned a book called The Mysterious Abduction, book 1 in the Nocturnal series by Tracy Hecht. I was sent that, or I was given that on audio to review from the publisher, and I loved it. So I picked up the second book from the library. This is book 2 in the Nocturnals called The Ominous Eye. And then I saw that there are also these scaled down, beginner reading books of the same series. This one's called The Moonlight Meeting. So I'm going to read both of those. I thought about saving them for middle grade May, and I might still, but I had already ordered them, and I'd like to go ahead and get a review done of that series, because the publisher asked me to read the first one like last year sometime, and I had kind of forgotten about it. Then the only other one I have here in my stack, this is for book club. I need to have this read by the third Thursday of this month, and the only place I can find it on audio is through Audible, so I may use my Audible credit for this month for this. This is kind of our token classic for the year for book club. Edith Wharton, The Buccaneers. I think this was supposed to be her masterpiece, and she died either before she finished writing it or before it was published. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm running out of video. My camera's flashing. That's pretty much it, except for Amish in April. And I have a separate video I've already posted for the Amish in April readathon. I hope you'll check that out. I hope you'll join in. So that's all for this video. I hope you are having a great day. Let me know what you're reading in April. Read a good book, and God bless you.